I discovered this feature purely by accident, and when I say accident, there was literally an accident. I fell down and the engine switched off automatically. So if you're not moving and your lean angle is above a certain limit, the ECU kills the engine. Now once the engine switches off, you can't really start the vehicle just by pushing the start button. You will have to reset the ECU. And to do that, what you have to do is switch off the ignition and turn it on again. Only then will the bike restart. Moving on to the next feature, we all know that this is an ECU controlled engine, but what you probably didn't know is that you can actually interface with the ECU using an OBD2 port that is located under the pillion. The port is the one with the 6 terminals and is capped at the end. What you additionally need to interface the ECU is an ELM327 OBD2 controller or an adapter. This is a Bluetooth adapter that you can pair with your Android phone and get the ECU readings. Now I've made a crude connector to convert the 16-pin connector to a 4-pin one to be compatible with the Duke. Now after you connected the corresponding pins to the terminals, just pair the OBD2 adapter to your smartphone and make sure you have the torque app, for which I will put the link in the description. Now once you are inside the torque app, you will have to set up a separate profile for your vehicle, whatever vehicle you are using, and select the method of pairing, in this case Bluetooth. And once all the blinking except the GPS stops, then that means that you have successfully paired with the adapter. In the app, under the real-time information, you can view various information about the engine such as throttle percentage, vacuum pressure, coolant temperature, accelerometer reading, etc. The RPM data alone is blocked for some reason. The next feature is again a safety feature. Now we all know that the light comes on after you start the engine and automatically switches off when you stop the engine. But what you may not know is that even if the engine is off but the kill switch is on and the light switch is on, if you roll the bike, the lights would still come up. This is to give you visibility when you're riding and suddenly lose engine power but you're still moving. Now this also happens in the reverse direction, and I found the speed at which the light comes on is around 5 km/h. This is cool, isn't it? Now the next feature I'm going to explain is an assembly feature. Before we go into that, if you haven't already watched my paddock stand DIY video, please do watch that. I'll put down the link in the description. Now coming back to the feature, when you are in a situation where you have to remove the rear wheels, you'll notice that when you remove the axle bolts and pull the wheels out, the mudguard will interfere. Now you will normally think that you will have to remove the whole mudguard, but that's not the case here. The mudguard is held in place by 2 bolts, one at the bottom and one at the top. By just loosening the bottom bolt and removing the top bolt, what you will be able to do is just rotate the mudguard out of the interfering places. This will easily allow you to pull the wheel out. Now the final feature that I'm going to explain is about the purpose of the handguards. Handguards are usually mounted on off-road vehicles to prevent tree barks and shrubs from hitting your knuckles when you are going on an off-road trail. The Duke, being a street bike derived from an off-roader, decided to carry on this tradition of mounting a handguard, and it does look good on it. Apart from that, the only other purpose that I could find for the handguard is that it just deflects some of the cold air away from your hands. It's really cold out there, and there is no other purpose for this. And if you haven't already checked out my video on how to mount the handguards on a Duke, just check the link in the description. Now these are all the features that make me love my Duke very much, and if you have any other features that I missed, just please comment below. And if you like my channel, do subscribe, and if you do not like my channel, go find something that you do. Bye bye.